HMS M33 is an M29 class monitor of the Royal Navy built in 1915. She saw active service in the Mediterranean during the First World War and in Russia during the Allied intervention in 1919. She was used subsequently as a mine-laying training ship, fueling hulk, boom defense workshop and floating office, being renamed HMS Minerva and Hulk C-23 during her long life. She passed to Hampshire County Council in the 1980s and was then handed over to the National Museum of the Royal Navy in 2014. A program of conservation was undertaken to enable her to be opened to the public. HMS M33 is located within Portsmouth Historic Dockyard and opened to visitors on 7 August 2015 following a service of dedication. She is one of only 3 surviving Royal Navy warships of the First World War and the only surviving ship from the Gallipoli campaign. Construction. M33 was built as part of the Rapid Ship Construction campaign following the outbreak of the First World War by Harland and Wolff Belfast. Ordered in March 1915, she was launched in May and commissioned in June, an impressive shipbuilding feat especially considering that numerous other ships of her type were being built in the same period. First World War. Armed with a pair of 6-inch guns and having a shallow draft, M33 was designed for coastal bombardment, commanded by Lieutenant Commander Preston Thomas. Her first active operation was the support of the British landings at Suvla during the Battle of Gallipoli in August 1915. She remained stationed at Gallipoli until the evacuation in January 1916. For the remainder of the war she served in the Mediterranean and was involved in the seizure of the Greek fleet at Salamis Bay on 1 September 1916. Russia. M33 next saw service, along with 5 other monitors, which were sent to Murmansk in 1919 to relieve the North Russian Expeditionary Force. In June, M33 moved to Archangel and her shallow draft enabled her to travel up the Dvina River to cover the withdrawal of British and White Russian forces. At one time the river level was so low the ship's guns had to be removed and transported by car. M25 and M27 were not so fortunate and were scuttled on 16 September 1919 after running aground. M33 safely returned to Chatham in October. Harbour service and restoration. In 1925 M33 became a mine-laying training ship and was renamed HMS Minerva on 3 February 1925. She went through a number of roles for the remainder of her career including fueling hulk and boom defense workshop. Her name was changed again in 1939, this time to Hulk C-23. In 1946 she became a floating office at the Royal Clarence Victualling Yard at Gosport. Put up for sale in 1984, she eventually passed to Hampshire County Council. Listed as part of the National Historic Fleet, she is now located at Portsmouth Historic Dockyard, close to HMS Victory. She was opened to the public for the first time as part of the National Museum of the Royal Navy on 7 August 2015.